Sure, here's a long, detailed, and captivating video script for your channel. The Coin World, Old Coin Review and Value, about the 1972 $1 coin, written in an engaging storytelling style designed to keep viewers watching until the end. 1972 $1 coin worth thousands. Shocking history you've never heard. Today, we dive deep into the mysterious and fascinating story of one of America's most iconic coins, the 1972 $1 coin. A coin that hides secrets, minting errors, and incredible collector value that could turn an ordinary pocket find into a small fortune. So sit back, relax, and let's explore why this coin has captured the hearts of collectors for over half a century. The year was 1972. America was in a period of transition. The space race had just ended with a triumphant victory for the United States, and the nation was still buzzing with the memory of Apollo 11. It was in this patriotic spirit that the U.S. Mint decided to create a coin honoring a true American hero, President Dwight D. Eisenhower. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar, often called the Ike dollar, became the first $1 coin issued by the United States since the peace dollar of 1935. For collectors, it represented the rebirth of the large, silver-colored coin, big, bold, and heavy, a symbol of strength and national pride. The obverse of the coin features a detailed portrait of Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States, who led the Allied forces during World War II. On the reverse, the design celebrated America's triumph in space, a majestic bald eagle landing on the moon, inspired by the Apollo 11 mission emblem. This combination made the coin not only a piece of currency but a tribute to courage, leadership, and exploration. In 1972, the Eisenhower dollar was struck at 3 mints: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. But here's where it gets interesting. Each mint produced slightly different varieties, and some of these are extremely rare today. Among the Philadelphia issues, the 1972 Type 2 Eisenhower dollar stands as one of the most valuable modern coins ever discovered. The difference is subtle. It lies in the Earth design on the reverse. Type 2 shows a smooth, flattened Earth with no sharp islands near Florida, unlike the more detailed Type 1 and Type. Collectors can spot it with a magnifying glass, and that tiny detail can turn a $1 coin into a $2000 collectible. The Type 2 variety was minted using a die meant for the proof coins made in San Francisco. By mistake, it was used in Philadelphia for a short time, creating this accidental rarity. Only a few thousand were ever released before the error was caught. Imagine the thrill of finding one of these in circulation. It's like discovering a hidden treasure from history. Most 1972 Eisenhower dollars were made from copper nickel clad, but the San Francisco Mint struck limited numbers in 40% silver for collectors. The coin measures 3 Liberty $1/4 Kanaka Bessie. This coin might turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of the video to know its price and how you can sell it, because what seems like spare change could be a small fortune waiting to be discovered. The 2023 Kanaka Bessie Liberty $1/4 belongs to the American Women Quarters Program, a series introduced by the United States Mint to honor significant American women who made lasting contributions to history and culture. Each design in this series carries its own unique narrative, and the Kanaka Bessie $1/4 is one of the standout issues of this modern era. It reflects both artistry and the continuing evolution of U.S. coinage, making it an exciting find for collectors and history enthusiasts alike. The obverse side continues to feature the portrait of George Washington, designed by Laura Garden Fraser in 1931. This classic portrait was reintroduced in 2022 to give the series a timeless yet fresh appeal. The reverse side of the Kanaka Bessie $1/4 is where the real story unfolds. The design celebrates the legacy and influence of Bessie Kanaka, an important cultural and historical figure whose impact resonates deeply within her community and beyond. This coin represents a merging of history and modern recognition. It acknowledges individuals who may not have been given due prominence in older numismatic issues. Through the American Women Quarters Program, the Mint has brought forward stories that were often overlooked, making these $1/4s more than just currency. They are tributes carved in metal. In 2023, the U.S. Mint struck these $1/4s in large numbers across its 3 primary facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Circulation strikes came from Philadelphia and Denver, while proof and collector quality strikes were issued from San Francisco. Each mint mark, found on the obverse, plays a role in determining collectability and market value for collectors. The 2023 Kanaka Bessie quarter holds particular appeal because it represents a blend of contemporary, vintage and cultural storytelling. High-grade coins with sharp details and full mint luster are already being preserved by collectors and grading companies. Proof and silver-proof editions, with their mirror-like surfaces and finely detailed strikes, add an extra layer of desirability. Error varieties are another reason this coin has drawn attention. Modern quarters, despite advanced minting technology, still sometimes feature striking anomalies such as die chips, doubled dies, misalignments, or planchet errors. These mistakes transform ordinary coins into sought-after collectibles, often increasing their value significantly, depending on rarity and condition. The Kanaka Bessie quarter has also gained traction. It might just change the way you see the money in your pocket. Imagine this for a moment. You pick up a penny that looks old, worn, and ordinary. It's dated 1952, and without a second thought, you might toss it aside as just 1 cent. But what if I told you that this very coin, the 1952 Liberty Wheat penny, could turn the tables for you? That's right. Behind its humble face value lies a long history, fascinating details, and a potential market worth that could surprise you. Stick with me until the end of this video, because that's where I'll reveal how much this coin is worth according to eBay, online platforms, and auctions. And I'll also tell you how you can sell it if you're lucky enough to own one. The 1952 Liberty Wheat penny belongs to one of the most iconic coin series in American history. The Wheat penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. For the first time in U.S. coinage history, the face of a real person, Lincoln himself, was placed on a circulating coin. It was a bold move and instantly captured the hearts of Americans. The wheat ears on the reverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, symbolized prosperity and growth, and together with Lincoln's portrait, the coin became both a tribute and a national statement. The time 1952 rolled around, the wheat penny had already been in circulation for over 4 decades. America was in the midst of post-World War prosperity, but also in the early stages of the Cold War. Every day, life was shifting, industries were booming, and coins like the 1952 wheat penny were circulating in the hands of families across the nation. The coin was struck in bronze, consisting of 95% copper and small amounts of tin and zinc. This rich copper composition is one of the reasons collectors love these coins so much. Over time, the copper develops a natural patina, and in some cases mint state coins shine with an incredible red luster that collectors are always chasing. The Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint all produced the 1952 wheat penny. The ones from Philadelphia carry no mint mark, while Denver coins are marked with a D, and San Francisco coins with an S. Each mint had large outputs, but the condition of surviving coins makes all the difference today. At first glance, you might think the 1952 penny is common, but scarcity comes into play. When you look for higher grades, circulated examples are everywhere, but coins in pristine uncirculated condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher, are far less common. These are the coins that truly stand out in the marketplace. Another fascinating point is that the 1952 wheat penny falls within the later years of the series, just 7 years before the reverse design would change to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. This makes the coin part of the final chapter of the beloved wheat design decades, and yet today could be worth far more than its face value. That's the hidden magic of the Liberty Wheat penny from 1949. If you happen to own this coin, it might just turn the tables for you. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal its value according to eBay, online platforms, and auctions, along with how you can sell it. At the end, I'll give you a way to know its exact price and the selling procedure. So stick around. The 1949 wheat penny is a continuation of the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. This series ran until 1958, and during that time it became one of the most beloved and collected designs in American history. The obverse of the 1949 penny features the portrait of Lincoln, a design by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse proudly carries the wheat ears, symbolic of American prosperity and hard work. 1949. The United States was experiencing significant changes. World War II had ended only a few years earlier, and the country was entering a period of economic growth and transition. Pennies minted during this time circulated widely in a nation that was redefining itself in the post-war era. Each 1949 wheat penny is a small artifact of that moment in history, linking us to an America full of both challenges and opportunities. There were three main versions of the 1949 wheat penny: those minted in Philadelphia with no mint mark, those minted in Denver with a D mint mark, and those minted in San Francisco with an S mint mark. Each variety has its own mintage numbers and collector interest. Philadelphia produced the largest quantity, while the San Francisco issues are scarcer and often more sought after. The metal composition of the 1949 wheat penny remained 95% copper with a small balance of tin and zinc. These copper coins not only carried monetary value but also became part of everyday American life. They passed through hands at diners, gas stations, schools, and shops, often unnoticed in their day-to-day role. Today, the story is different. Collectors and sellers look at these coins with a sharp eye, focusing on details such as mint marks, condition, and even errors. For example, 1949 pennies with strong mint luster, sharp details, or doubling errors are far more valuable than ordinary worn pieces on eBay and other online platforms. A circulated 1949 penny might sell for as little as a few cents above its face value, especially in average condition. However, higher-grade coins begin to command stronger prices. Uncirculated examples often fetch between $5 and $20 depending on quality, and certified mint state coins can bring $50 to $100 or more. If you ever come across this coin, it might just turn the tables for you. A simple Liberty 5-cent piece from the year 2000 can be far more valuable than you imagine. Stick around until the end of the video because I'll reveal how much this coin can be worth and how you can sell it for the best price. At the end of the video, comment the price of your coin in the comment box and I'll personally guide you on its real value and the exact selling procedure. The Liberty 5-cent coin of the year 2000 holds a special place in modern numismatic history. Although it may seem like a regular Jefferson nickel to most people, collectors and experts know that coins minted at the turn of the millennium often carry fascinating varieties, minting quirks, and collectible value that set them apart. This year represents the end of an era before the U.S. Mint began implementing more design changes in the 2000s, making it a modern transitional issue. The obverse of the coin features the long-standing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, a design that had been used for decades. His image faces left with the inscriptions "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" along the edge, followed by the year 2000. On the reverse is the iconic image of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, accompanied by a pluribus unum, Monticello, 5 cents, and United States of America. This design connects the coin to a deep historical legacy that began in 1938. Coins minted in 2000 came from three primary locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark carries its own level of rarity. The Philadelphia mint coins were produced in the highest numbers, while Denver had slightly lower mintages, and the San Francisco mint struck special proof versions for collectors. These proof coins are particularly desirable for their sharp details and mirror-like surfaces. The year 2000 is significant because it sits right at the edge of technological evolution in minting. The U.S. Mint was already modernizing its equipment, which meant sharper strikes, but also occasional striking errors that slipped through. Some of these errors, including off-center strikes, die cracks, and doubled dies, can dramatically increase a coin's value. Imagine holding a coin that most people might overlook as just ordinary change, but in reality, it carries with it decades of American history, numismatic intrigue, and surprising value potential. If you happen to have a Liberty 5-cent coin from 1977, it might just turn the tables for you. Stick around until the end of this video, because we'll uncover not only the incredible story behind this coin, but also how much it's worth today according to eBay, online platforms, and auction records, plus how you can sell one if it's sitting in your pocket or collection. The Liberty 5-cent coin, commonly known as the Jefferson nickel in its later years, has been part of American coinage since the early 20th century. By 1977, this coin was not just a piece of circulating currency. It was a continuation of a long tradition that linked everyday Americans to their nation's heritage. The obverse of the coin features a proud portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence, while the reverse displays his iconic home, Monticello. This design, originally introduced in 1938, had already become a cornerstone of U.S. coinage by the time 1977 rolled around. The year 1977 itself was a fascinating period in American history. The United States was emerging from the shadows of the Vietnam War and grappling with economic challenges such as inflation and unemployment. Everyday purchases were often made with nickels like these, giving them a place in the rhythm of daily life. For collectors, however, 1977 nickels now serve as a snapshot of the era, reflecting both the artistry of American coinage and the practical role coins played in society. Production of the 1977 Liberty 5-cent coin was handled at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with no mint mark on Philadelphia coins and a demarking coin struck in Denver. There were millions produced, making them widely available at the time. Yet, as any seasoned collector knows, not all coins are created equal. While the majority circulated heavily and show signs of wear, a smaller percentage survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. These are the coins that today capture the attention of collectors and investors alike. Common. The 1926 wheat penny is exceptionally hard to find in high grades, making it one of the key semi-keys of the entire Lincoln series. Not all 1926 pennies are worth more than a cent, but a perfectly preserved, high-grade example from the San Francisco Mint, especially with original red luster, is so rare that it can fetch hundreds of thousands to over $1 million at auction. The 1926 penny was minted in fewer numbers, and most entered circulation immediately. Harsh use and poor storage meant that almost none were saved in pristine condition. Fewer than 10 examples exist in MS65 red gem mint state. Only a handful are known in MS66 red, the highest grade ever assigned. Collectors pay astronomical prices for these coins, often battling in elite auctions for a chance to own one. Lincoln cents are copper, and copper oxidizes over time. Most common, oxidized copper color. Some original mint color remains. A 1926 penny in full red is incredibly rare. One MS66 red 1926 penny was privately sold for over $150,000, and numismatists believe the right beer would pay over $1 million. For a flawless example, collectors aiming for a complete set of Lincoln wheat cents must have the 1926. Thus, its scarcity in high grades places it among the top 10 key dates, the most difficult coins to complete in red mint state. Its historical placement between World War I and the Great Depression adds to its mystique, while the 1926 wheat penny is valuable in pristine condition. Even more excitement surrounds rares such as double die obverse, though extremely rare for this date. Die cracks and cuds were punch mint marks RPM. Each of these can enhance the value, especially when authenticated by PCGS or NGC. Over the decades, the most pristine 1926 cents have made headlines. Private collectors have reportedly offered $750,000 or more for MS66 candidates. Experts believe if a perfect MS67 or D example were found and certified, it could break $1 million. Even more common grades like BF Very Fine or XF Extra Fine command $30 to $100, and circulated examples can range from $500 to $10,000, depending on the color and grade. With values this high, authentication is critical. Top-tier coins should be graded and encapsulated by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC Numismatic Guarantee Company, verified for mint origin, strike quality, and color, protected from damage to preserve market value. Buyers and sellers alike depend on these certifications to ensure 1927 wheat penny so valuable. How can a coin worth 1 cent become a highly sought-after piece of American numismatic history? The 1927 were coming home to parades, families, and promises of peace, but rationing was still fresh, and resources were tight. In this environment, the U.S. Mint resumed full coin production, including the iconic Lincoln wheat penny, which had been in circulation since 1909. The 1946 penny was the first in years to return to traditional copper, as the wartime steel cents of 1943 and zinc-plated issues of 1944 and 1945 had come to an end. The result was a coin that represented a return to normalcy and, for collectors, the beginning of something more. The Liberty wheat penny design is simple yet iconic, and it remained unchanged from 1909 to 1958, though none are rare. By mintage alone, value comes from something far more elusive: preservation, strike quality, and errors. This composition returned in 1946 after wartime changes. Unlike the steel pennies of 1943, the 1/9 for 6 cent was once again warm and reddish-brown, a return to normal in both feel and form. Most 1946 wheat pennies are worth 1 to 5 cents in circulated condition, but a small number are worth hundreds, even thousands of US dollars. Only a few dozen examples in the world have been graded this high, and when collectors fight over these top specimens, prices soar. Minting errors can transform a common coin into a numismatic marvel. For 1946, some of the most valuable errors include doubled die obverse DDO. Prices range from $100 to $2,000, depending on severity and condition. If the design is shifted significantly, it can be worth $150 to $500 plus a chunk missing from the rim can boost value to $200, $800, especially seen on 1/9 for 60 or 1946. Pennies 1946 wheat penny graded MS67. Brown may sell for $300. The same coin in MS67. Red could command over $5,000. The color matters, and it matters a lot. 1946 SMS or unique trait can be worth real money, though it's not one of the key dates in the series. The 1946 Liberty wheat penny represents more than face value. It marks the return to post-war normalcy, continuation of the beloved wheat cent tradition, a turning point between war. What if I told you that the 1982 Liberty $half sitting in your collection or drawer could be the coin that completely turns the tables for you? Many people walk past this coin without realizing that it might hold hidden value that could surprise even the most experienced collectors. If you have this coin, you might be holding a small piece of American history that's worth far more than its face value. Stick around till the end of the video to learn how valuable it truly is and how you can sell it for the best price. The 1982 Liberty $half carries a unique story in the timeline of U.S. coinage. During the early 1980s, the United States Mint was going through major changes, advancing technology, shifting metal compositions, and responding to the growing demand for collectible coins. The $half had already established itself as one of America's most iconic coins, featuring the proud image of President John F. Kennedy on the obverse and the majestic eagle on the reverse. But 1982 was a special year because it marked a period when the Mint briefly stopped producing $half for circulation, making some versions harder to find and more collectible today. The 1982 $half was minted in Philadelphia and Denver with the famous B&D marks. While millions were produced, many never entered general circulation. Instead, they were stored, hoarded, or melted down over time. Because of this, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is far rarer than most people think. Collectors today look for coins with a sharp strike, full luster, and no signs of wear. These are the ones that fetch strong prices in the numismatic market. Now, let's talk about what makes some 1982 $half truly special. A few coins from this year feature striking errors, such as off-center minting, double die obverse, or missing mint marks. These small details can transform a common coin into a rare collector's item worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The value also depends heavily on the coin's condition, proof-like or high-grade examples certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC can easily attract premium buyers. What's fascinating about the 1982 Liberty $half is how it represents a turning point in coin production and collecting. The U.S. Mint was experimenting with production efficiency, meaning certain dies and batches produced coins with subtle variations. For collectors, those variations are goldmines. Each one tells a story about the technology, craftsmanship, and historical events of that era, capturing a moment when America was shifting economically and politically. So, before you toss that 1982 $half aside thinking it's just another ordinary coin, take a closer look. That simple coin might be your hidden treasure, waiting to reveal its true worth. Comment price in the comment box, and I'll tell you exactly how much your 1982 Liberty $half could be worth today and guide you on the selling process. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin, sitting quietly in your collection wallet or an old drawer, could actually turn the tables for you. Yes, this single piece of silver-colored metal might be the hidden gem that changes how you look at everyday coins forever. If you have this coin, you might be holding a treasure that reflects Australia's history, art, and legacy in one beautiful design. Stick around till the end of the video to learn its real value and how you can sell it to collectors for the best possible price. The 1967 Australian 20-cent coin has a story that begins during one of the most remarkable transitions in the country's monetary history. In 1966, Australia changed its entire currency system, shifting from pounds, shillings, and pence to the decimal system, introducing dollars and cents. The 20-cent coin was part of this exciting change, representing modern Australia's move toward global standards. The 1967 issue was only the second year of production, which makes it a special piece from the earliest years of decimal coinage. This coin is made of copper and nickel, weighing 11.31 grams and measuring 28.52 millimeters across. On one side, it proudly displays the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, a design created by the talented British sculptor Arnold Machen. On the reverse side, the coin features the striking image of a platypus, one of Australia's most unique and beloved animals, gracefully swimming through stylized ripples of water. Designed by Stuart Devlin, who later became the official jeweler to the Queen. This design perfectly captured the beauty and mystery of Australian wildlife and became an instant classic. But what makes the 1967 20-cent coin particularly interesting for collectors is its production and the small mysteries surrounding it. During this period, coins were minted in both Australia and overseas to meet the high demand of the new currency system. Some coins were struck at the London Mint in the United Kingdom, and subtle differences in die details and metal finish make those pieces especially collectible today. Many coin experts and enthusiasts spend years identifying tiny variations that distinguish the London minted coins from the Australian ones. Over time, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin gained a reputation not just as a common circulation piece, but as a coin with potential hidden value. Certain versions, particularly those in uncirculated or proof-like condition, can attract strong attention from collectors. Errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or weak impressions of the Queen's effigy make some coins significantly more valuable. A perfectly preserved specimen with its original shine can fetch impressive prices, depending on rarity and demand in the numismatic market. The coin also carries sentimental value. It marks a period when Australians were adjusting to a whole new way of counting money. It's a reminder of a nation